But yeah, I mean, I guess just as I went into that album, like I was already kind of expecting the same thing, you know, like I was just like I already knew what I wanted, you know what I mean? It's like when you're craving a Big Mac, you're not necessarily gonna be like, you know, ready for like another type of sandwich, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I came in here thinking like, oh, this is, you know, superheroes, like this is gonna be booming 808s like all the way through. This is like trap gangsta future. And then it just came out very different. So I feel like it took a little bit for my brain to like kind of like close that gap, because like you said, like we were talking about this earlier, like he's a super producer now, like he maybe that shift is coming, like he's actually experimenting, doing different things. And these beats are definitely like, they ain't no ABC beats, like they're definitely intricate, there's something different. And it took a little while for it to click, but I'm definitely feeling the vibe. They do open up more room for like Future to rap too, which obviously we know like it's not always like the most like eye-opening lyrics, but he really is a good writer. He's got some solid flows, and it's still him, you know, it's still the GOAT. So I don't know, I feel like they did their thing for sure. There's definitely some standout songs on there that are really good. Obviously everyone's talking about Like That. I personally really liked Fried, and I've heard a lot of my boys are talking about Type Shit or whatever. That one goes
Type
pretty
Shit
hard
is a
too.
good
So
one of my favorites right now is Claustrophobic. That one really goes hard, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Claustrophobic.
I feel like around that part in the album there was like a shift too, like it started getting a little harder because we had songs like that one and like the Running Out of Time one.
I think like cause
they're doing something, but so it's really interesting, this whole this whole shit with I guess Kendrick dissing Drake, right? Because you know, a few days ago I'm seeing random verse by Big Sean, and he mentions like, you know, a little bar about the big three, which is obviously this concept that started ever since First Person Shooter with J. Cole and Drake, where he's saying that J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick are the big three. And honestly, that concept's been solidified before. Like, I feel like everyone kind of just automatically associated that these are the big three guys. And now we actually have a variety of rappers coming out saying, screw the big three, you know. And then obviously Metro Boomin's associated on here, and we know that Metro and Drake had beef. Future's okay being associated with this beef. It looks like even at a concert recently, like Travis Scott requested specifically this song. So
yeah, you saw that.
It's kind of interesting. Right? Like, is it a Drake revolution? Is it like just kind of like a heated competition because rap is rap at the end of the day? Like, what do you think is going on with all this shit, man?
I feel like it's just gonna be a new resurgence in rap. Like, shit has to move differently. Because I feel like these past few years it's just been like nice and shallow, if that's the right term to put it, you know what I mean? Like everyone's been playing in the same like playing field, but now we've seen like I want to say last year, maybe the year before, in 2022, like things started like to pick up, like with Kendrick dropping Mr. Morale, and then you see J. Cole dropping when did J. Cole drop that one album? The off season or something like that? That was like a few years ago, right?
Yeah. Honestly, that one I feel like it kind of like blew over, but I'm sure the fall off is gonna be some crazy shit.
And that's really it, you know, just like a little bait and switch.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because I mean, J. Cole's been so active, you know, he's constantly dropping, he's constantly on the features, so I feel like his lyricism and his status is solidified. You could even say that right now he's probably got the edge on Kendrick in terms of like success or actually being relevant in the culture, but Kendrick still manages to show, because I mean, obviously since he dropped so little, it's kind of like he never really has a miss every single time he pops out, it's quality, and it's kind of like he can kind of remind people like, I'm that guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you read the lyrics, like he said your best work is a light pack, and I don't know who Kendrick is referring to, but bro, like I don't know who you're talking to, but dude, that's some bars right there. Your best work is a light pack. I don't know. Who do you think he's talking to, bro? Like, because J. Cole and Drake have some great bodies of work.
Yeah, no, I definitely think he's just digging in at Drake. I mean, we already know that Kendrick and Drake had subliminal beef, like dating all the way back to like 2016. And I feel like we've even gone in details about this shit, from, you know, subliminals on Nothing Was the Same and some Pimp a Butterfly, and, you know, all the subliminals about like, oh, like you're a rapper with a ghostwriter, like just so much shit over the years. There was a cypher, like you can make a whole documentary on the beef. So for Kendrick to finally just kind of be like, screw you, you know, I feel like He
Yeah, he's
definitely went all
actually
out, and there's more stuff that you can catch if you kind of like read the lyrics in his verse. Like he says something about the dogs, like burying dogs or something, which obviously we know Drake just had that album for the dogs. Obviously, there's the big famous Big Three line, and then yeah, he says that thing about like, because the one that rhymes with that thing about your best work is a light pack. After that, he says something about Prince outlived Mike Jack, because Drake's always bragging about how he's pretty much like one number one record away from beating Michael Jackson's record, or he might have already beaten that record. I'm not sure, but pretty much Kendrick's saying like those numbers don't matter. I still have the longevity.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like.
So Drake basically is like comparing himself to Michael. Like we've seen that before. Like he has a song with Michael too. So like you've seen him try to post, and all the accolades that he does is like Michael in a sense. There's a great there's like a pretty good term to put it, like Drake is sort of the Michael Jackson of the rap scene, and then you could put
in a sense
Kendrick as the Prince of the rap scene, whereas you know Prince was more of integrity type of dude. He didn't really go for the system, he went against the system. He really went for the truth, you know, and Kendrick is always about the truth, rapping about like the truth of all this. What's the meaning of all this? Even in Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, he was laying it out like, yo, like this rap shit ain't really how you guys think it is. I think that was.
I feel like it's very, very fitting, you know, because whereas other rappers might focus on more commercial stuff, like Kendrick's always been that real guy. Like you could almost say he's like, you know, we're all making comparisons. Like he's kind of like our Tupac, whereas like these other people are more like the commercial people. Like Biggie was a little more commercial oriented, in my opinion.
He was a little more commercialized, but every time Prince would drop, he would always have a reason to drop for the artistry. Like he was the artist, whereas Michael was just more like the popularized version of the artist that everyone loved. And I think that's what Kendrick is like alluding to there. Like, yeah, you may be the number one rapper, you might have all these billions of streams or whatever, but every time I drop, truth is gonna be out there and people are gonna love with it, and they're gonna mess with me no matter what. And they have been since day one, you know? Like when he came out,
he's gotta be respected
Kendrick as what, like savior of hip hop when he came out? When people are claiming that? So
Yep.
It's very interesting, man. I really like this album, bro. This Future album is very good. Like, it didn't feel like there was any skips for me. I already listened to it like a few times already, and this album is great, bro. Like, it's definitely gonna be in that workout rotation for sure. I'm excited to see that part 2 of it. I want to see The Weeknd on this, bro, because I don't know if you heard The Weeknd's like vocals in one of the tracks, but bro, I need to hear The Weeknd, bro. Future and The Weeknd is always lit.
Dude, yeah. And especially on a Metro Boomin beat, you know that's just gonna go crazy.
You already know.
So it'll be interesting. I wonder what's gonna happen, because like you said, we got part 2 coming in, which is a more R&B vibe, which fits perfectly considering that we got Don Toliver, Bryson Tiller, Party Next Door dropping. So it looks like we're gonna go through a really cool R&B phase musically right now. But obviously also we wonder, you know, what was it gonna go down? Because I mean, Drake loves rap beef. We already know that Drake is for the smoke. You know, with Pusha T, Meek Mill, whatever. Like, we know that if somebody throws a bone, he's down to play. Now, J. Cole, I'm not sure, because, like, for J. Cole, I feel like it was really just for the competition. Like, I don't feel like I don't feel like Cole and Kendrick necessarily actually have any beef. I feel like he was just talking his shit, because at the end of the day, like, y'all are calling yourself the Big Three. But there could be, because obviously we know there was the whole, like, Black Friday, like, whatever they fell off about that they never ended up collaborating.
I was literally about to mention that, yeah. Yeah, they were supposed to have a collab album with them doing was it a collab album or just like just a song? It was just a song.
Yeah, because it started off as they both like remixed each other's beat, and it was called Black Friday.
Yeah.
And then eventually it was supposed to be a whole collab mixtape, and it was this rumored thing for years and years and years until J. Cole like confirmed in maybe like 2020 or something that like, nah, it's actually not coming.
Never coming.
But we were still kind of kept in the dark about it, to be honest. Like, we still don't really know like we kind of know that, like, it just didn't happen because, like, maybe they were just in different lanes, but we don't really know, like, if they fell out or what the creative differences were, or like what really happened that they just didn't end up working together. And it seemed like such a logical collab at the time. Obviously, like, the two best lyricists in the game, it just made so much sense. So
yeah, man,
it definitely feels like an L for the culture. I saw a lot of people being like, come on, Kendrick, we wanted you to collab with J. Cole, not diss J. Cole. So it's just kind of like, dang.
It's funny, man, but it's crazy to see this, like, how this all turns up. So now it's like, you've seen the memes, like the rap Civil War now, with like the Captain America Iron Man poster, but with it's Drake, Future, and like all their other lackeys with him.
Yeah, I saw like a hilarious video where, like, yeah, they're like thinking about that, like the rap Civil War, and like we got like the one guy on like J. Cole's side. He's like, oh man, who we got, bro? We got Drake. 21 will probably link up. Like, who knows, bro? Like, yeah, I mean, this might be what we need, bro. I feel like I haven't heard people this excited maybe since like the Control verse, Yeah, man. That times when it's like a song comes out and you're just like, yo, they really said that. So I feel like this kind of excitement in the sphere of hip hop is definitely like a good breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying?
That same conversation I had back in, what was it, 2013, 2014, when Control came out. It has the same type of vibe, man, and I'm here to see it.
It really does. Like, Kendrick's coming out talking shit again.
Yeah.
But this time we'll see if, like, because last time no one dared to step back up, so we'll see if maybe this time someone got some balls. It'd be interesting, bro. Like, at least,
yeah, like,
I don't know. I feel like it'd give us a lot to talk about. It'd be good for the culture, just like to have some bars back in there, especially with everything that's been going on recently and how doled out it's been. And literally, we got these females like kicking our ass right now, like in the hip hop music scene. It'd be like
crazy right now. Got a lot of going crazy, but the Future dropping today was literally a breath of fresh air. I feel like summer just started early, man. Summer just started early.
Yeah, that was so prime.
We're about to have a crazy summer with a bunch of hits that we were not ready for, but let's get prepared,
Yeah, nah, did he post something?
Nah, so apparently he was in Miami last night after like the Future dropped that album, and there's like recordings of him looking at his phone and shit. I guess like his phone like blew up type shit. Like people were hitting him up about the Kendrick diss, and like he was walking out the club, bro, and he looked like he was mad, man. I'll send you the clip, but I'm gonna put it up on the screen for the people to watch.
I wonder how he's gotta feel, because you wonder like why is everyone hating on him right now? And obviously he kind of paints the narrative like it's just because I'm the guy on top and everyone hates the guy on top. But it is kind of crazy when you see like all these people that are supposed to be his allies. Like, he used to be cool with Metro Boomin. He was supposedly really cool with Future since like all the way back then. It's good to see that he's still cool with Cole. But it's like, who knows, bro? And I feel like there is this tension around Drake, even when it comes to like topics like XXXTentacion, which for some reason has been on my mind recently. It's just kind of like there does seem to be like an anti-Drake vibe. Like, there definitely is like a place for that in the game right now, and who knows why. Like, maybe I feel like at the end of the day Drake has to exist, you know what I mean? But
like, I
can still see why people might feel like he's the enemy or something. So I don't know what's going on. It's just we still have to let it play out, but it does feel like a lot of people are teaming up on Drake or something, or like they kind of want him out the game.
And it could be like we already know Drake's a player, bro. Like, he's been with literally almost every man's girl in the music industry. So like it's like we know it's sort of about that too, but it's like Drake has been number one damn near over a decade. So it could be like, damn, bro, they're trying to take your spot now, man. Even if you're still number one, they're still.
What do you know about girls though? Because I know obviously like he's even ASAP and him, like ASAP was throwing shots at Drake and shit like that, and Drake threw some shots at ASAP Rocky like over Rihanna, like still. But what else have you heard about like beef regarding girls? I mean, I know that even like Meek and Drake had something to do with Nicki, but I mean, shit, I heard something about Future too.
Yeah, with Future, apparently, I don't know if it's like she's a stripper model, but it's some girl that allegedly a little baby was trying to hit at too, but she like basically like didn't want to deal with little baby or something. She like brushed him off, rejected him. and he like blocked her and shit. Like she tried to expose him and everything. So apparently it's the same girl that like was viral. Academics posted her like a while back, but apparently it's the same girl.
Yeah, she got like a short haircut, right?
Yeah, you probably seen that post, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the girl. I don't even think she's all that. I don't know why these guys are acting like they're not rich and they can just get another fine girl the next day.
Exactly, like you're Drake and you're Future. You could literally get whatever you want, and you're really beefing over this shit. So it might be some underlying shit at the end of the day, but from what we know, it allegedly might be about a girl. But even Future has some bars on the first track about like pillow talking and all that. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we just gotta let it play out, I guess. It's messy, bro. Like, that's all I gotta say. Like, sorry for the mess. It is definitely fucking messy. So let's see what happens. But I'm here for it, bro. I got my popcorn out. I'm freaking ready.
Hell yeah, man. It's your boy Zashi with my guy Ellie over here. And sorry for the mess, man.
You know what it is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty solid.